Traders, we're looking at the Aussie yen. Okay, we can see this has been in an uptrend, and if we squish it up, the higher time frame, the monthly, would show you this trend here, and the weeklies. This is definitely bullish, and I'm looking for a buy opportunity just coming into this section here, the chart a bit closer to home. This is actually a weekly candle. I'll just go out and show you that. We've got this long thin candle on the weekly time frame. So we kicked off back in here early in the week. Now we're heading into the end of the week. We've traded into big resistance. We've got these candle highs over here. Buy stops have been taken out. Buy stops have been taken out here. Trading back up in. Path of least resistance to me would be back down in here, and then possibly we see that. If we want to look at that from a resistance point of view, well, we're trading into it right now, and again, you know, there's minimal resistance under. Back down into, let's just have a look at it on the daily. That would be my port of call down in here. And look, if you consider this as a trend continuation, fib retrace down into the 61.878 fib zone, that's where I would be inclined to set up a buy, pending buy down in here, something like that. That would work for me. Stops under the low here, daily time frame, the retrace back down, and go for a 1-to-1 risk reward, and then let that run and see how we go with the rest of it. So I'd be looking to take 2/3 off at 1-to-1, and at that point this is in the money, something like that. In fact, you know what, I would even go a little bit wider with this stop at this point, just in case it looks to take out lows. I mean, it's generally unlikely, but it does happen. See how we've trended up here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then look what they do. They take it back down into these levels here. So don't underestimate just where this can go. So we got, well, higher, higher low, higher high, you know, and do they pull a Swifty on us and take it back down in here to soak up a bit more liquidity? So that's what you want to be mindful of, that can happen. So if that's the case, I mean, let's just quickly go out to the weekly. Just a quick diversion. If you're gaining anything from the video, give me a thumbs up, comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and by all means, subscribe to the channel. So with that, let's get back to the video. Let's just clear the decks and I'll show you this. See this weekly candle here? We got this high down to the low. That's the weekly. Let's just mark that up, and we've got a midpoint. So let's just do that. 1 week, and we've got this midpoint. So this is this big accumulation candle here prior to this move, and we've got our midway mark, okay, and the low of it down in here. That's the weekly. Yeah, look, see this wick down? That's brutal. Higher highs, higher lows, and then they do that. And that's the risk, you know, you've got to be prepared to lose a couple here and there. That's the weekly low. I'm thinking, yeah, it's a wide stop. See, that's the thing, like on the daily, see, I would look to come in. Here's the daily accumulation through here. That's the daily, and we'll overlap that with the weekly, all right? So we can set up a bit of a roadmap here. All right, so there's two distinct levels here. We've got the daily, we've got the midpoint of this daily range here, and the midpoint of this weekly. I'll tell you what I'll be looking to do with this, and understand that there's risk involved. So a long position, I'm going to go in, grab your fib, right, low to high. I want to go in somewhere between the 61.8 and the 786. The daily, we've got this midpoint here on the daily. This is the mid of this red candle body, high and low. So I'm going to look for an entry point in here, slightly above this midway level, and that takes me down to the 61.8. That's my entry. It's fairly precise. Where do you want to go with your stop? That's the thing. So do you stretch it out a little bit? And mind you, the risk in terms of dollar value or percentage of my account is going to be the same, whether I set up a shorter range on my stop or I take it out. But I'm actually going to go, you know, like this is the weekly midpoint here. I'm going to just take it under that, and I'm thinking that's reasonable. I'm good with that. And understand that there's a risk involved that could get taken out. Okay, they do sweep stops. Now with that, I'm going to be looking to take 2/3 off trend-based fib extension. I've modified this to give me a risk reward tool. And I'm going to be looking for a 1-to-1 risk reward here at this high, under this low. That makes a lot of sense to me. So let's mark that up. TP level 1. That's where I want to take 2/3 of my position off. At that point, the stop will come up slightly closer. That's profitable, and then it's risk-free. I've already made money and it's risk-free. That's the idea, and then trail it with your stop loss until this trend decides to roll over. So, you could have 1/3 of your position in running for however long you want to, this thing's trending. There's a 10-to-1 risk reward on the remaining portion of the this trade, this position. So that's my take on the Aussie yen. Guys, comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. With that, I hope you have a great day. Safe trading. Click the links below. Jump on board our free Telegram. And we'll see you in the next video.